What's up, Hot Wheel hombres, homies, guys, gals, chickens, raccoons, whoever's watching, dogs. Maybe your dog likes to watch my channel. I don't know. Anyways, today we are going to do a quick wheel swap tutorial. So you're not going to see a lot of this because I'm going to go down there and we're going to watch how this happens, the magic. Okay? So you're going to need a drill of some sort, a DeWalt, very powerful drill, or you can get like a cheapo one. I have this one's like a backup one, a little Black & Decker. Sorry. So, okay, so drill, we're gonna need 2 drill bits. These are handy because they'll slide right into the end of this right here. Boom. Easy in and out application. So we're gonna need one about the size of this little rivet here, because there's a little rivet that we're gonna be drilling out. We're just gonna go down into that rivet, start kind of basically a little hole in there so that we can use a bigger one and stay on track, stay straight. So there's that. Then here's the bigger one. We're gonna drill through the whole rivet after we do the primary one. We're gonna drill the rest of that and I'll show you how that all works. You hear the train? It's coming for you. Better watch out. Sorry, I better adjust this. Okay, so another thing, so I don't do little screws, use JB Weld. So you're gonna need some JB Weld, Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, any one of those places you can buy. And then you're gonna need either to buy some wheels online, which don't work as well for me. I just like to buy little cars that are cheaper on sale. I'm gonna wheel swap. I'm gonna use this little Alpha because I have a few of them, and you know, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna wheel swap this today. Ooh, look at it. Sorry, we had a moment there. Got wrapped up in the moment. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna move this down so you guys can see what the heck is happening down here. Okay, so I don't know why I'm shouting. Okay, so we're gonna open this guy. We're gonna start by taking off the wheels of the wheel donor. It just, you feel better about it. You're like, maybe you'll get another set of wheels later, buddy. Maybe somebody else will want you. We'll put you in our collection. Probably not. It doesn't even roll that well. Okay, so another thing you're gonna need is a 3-angle grinder. No, I'm just kidding. You don't need that. So we're going to start by, and forgive me, I haven't done a wheel swap in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. It's been way too long. So we're going to, you see the rivets? One rivet there, and then we've got another rivet right there. So I'm going to set this down because you really can't do it up in the air. So we're going to, okay, so we started that one, just barely down in there. Okay, and then we're gonna hit the other one. It's gonna knock most of the rivet off. The rivet's super pliable. It's not very strong. It's kind of made that way, I think. All right, and then once we've done that, I'm gonna knock the rest of it out. Basically, you're gonna hit it until it's all flush like that, right there. Pretty much gone. Then we're gonna break it in half. Then we're gonna crack it. Okay, we'll do the other one. you can feel the car shifting once you knock these off. And you know, I kind of clean up as I go. Got a little brush. And I'll just kind of clean up as I go. Come here, little metal shavings, be free. All right. Okay, so we've got those both knocked down pretty even. Generally, I'm going to take like a little screwdriver, a little flathead screwdriver, and we're going to find a point to where we can crack this thing. You know, bear with me because this car's a little funky, and you don't want to like pry on the wheels and damage the wheels, because that is the whole reason you're doing this. And this car is kind of tricky because there's, like a lot of cars, there's really not a spot to grab onto and pry. So you're gonna have to find the right spot, which is, like I said, it's tricky. So, all right, Mark. All right. All right. Let's see if I can get in there. We might have to damage the paint a little bit. Sorry, Alpha. Sorry, camera. We're shaking you around. Okay. Really don't want to damage the wheels. Really trying not to damage the wheels. Okay, so I'm able to get in through the side. Okay, so I was able to get onto the side here, and then once we crack it, this thing just pops off. Okay, and now we have the chassis, the base, and then we have the other pieces that are inside it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all that was in there. It's so magical. Okay, so next point is we've got 3 of these little clamps that we're gonna cut that and then just pull the wheel straight off. So we're gonna do that with pliers. So you need some of these guys. I'd suggest getting some smaller ones. My smaller ones broke, so these are a little trickier. So you're gonna go get basically right in, try to get this right in between, and you're gonna knock out one of those little clamps so that you can pull the wheel out. And you're probably gonna make some old man noises when you're doing it. So, and that's fine. I mean, it's actually, I don't think you can do it without making old man noises. I challenge you to, but I don't think you can. Okay, so like I said, you probably want smaller pliers than what I have, because mine really aren't that fine tipped. You don't want to damage the wheels though. The axle, because if you bend the axle, then you have a wobbly wheel. And nobody likes square wheels or wobbly wheels, except the Flintstones. Okay, so that's for you, Rob, because you like fantasy cars. Okay, so this thing's almost ready to come off. Alright, so as you can see right there, there's not much left of that. You're gonna take that off, and we're gonna pull the axle off. But you want to get it. You want to get a clean shot at it, because you don't want to damage the axle. Okay, so wheels off. It's that simple, guys. They're off, and they're beauties. Okay, one axle down, one more to go. Same deal. I'm gonna turn the light up a little bit so y'all can see. All Alright, so, and me, I'm weird. I need to, every time I've got like metal shavings, I just have to, I have to get rid of them. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. So, let's do the other one. So we're gonna get in there, get right in there. All right, and then we're gonna get rid of these little clamps. Okay, so you can see that I knocked most of that one off right there. I have a little more to go. It's usually just one of them you have to get out of the way. And then the screwdriver really helps because then you can kind of just get it, wedge it in between and do a little pulley action. And get this guy off. Get this guy off. Okay, need to hit the skin. Okay, almost ready to come off. Woo! Would you look at that? Okay, we have successfully taken wheels off of premium, and we're gonna put it on a basic car. And those are nice little wheels too. Those are gonna look just lovely on this 510. So this earlier casting 510 only has one rivet, which is nice because that makes things a lot easier. No rivet in the front, so we only have to take one rivet off to break this guy in half. Or crack it. Okay. So, we're going to use a smaller one first, smaller bit, to center it. Alright, power tool, yeah! Okay. So there you go. You hit it. You centered it. No, I don't think that's a word. Centered it. Okay. Just make sure to center it. Okay. And then we're gonna hit it with the big drill bit. Can't talk tonight. Okay. Sweet. All right, now we've got that totally drilled out and ready to crack in half. All right. And like I said, gotta clean up after myself real quick. Gotta get these metal shavings out of here. Okay, you're gonna take your screwdriver and you're gonna find a good point to crack this guy. So we don't want to damage anything. I think I mentioned that in just minutes ago. All right, so I think on these 510s, the best way to go about this is from either the side or the back, because it doesn't. I can actually just do it right there. I cracked it right there on the exhaust. It just got under the exhaust, cracked it open. So it's that simple. So simple. Okay? Now we have this off here. And we're gonna we're gonna try to get these things out with doing as little damage as possible to these so that we can still just clamp the other wheel in. So I chose these wheels because I figured they'd be about the same size. It's gonna be the quickest way to swap wheels is if you kind of pay attention first and see if they're the axles the same size. In this case, they're about the same size, so we don't have to do anything crazy. I can do another tutorial, Dora, swiper, swipey. Okay, so we're going to Do a little bit of clamping to get these wheels off. Very minimal. And remember, this is a plastic body. Other one's a metal body. If you guys know the difference between plastic and metal, that's different. That's what's different. Okay. Okay, so got the wheels off of the front. I'm gonna toss those. I won't be using those wheels again. Maybe to make something a roller. And then we're going to get the wheels off this other side. It flew off, so sorry you missed that. Alright, so wheels are off. Pulled those off. Basically, if you can see in there, I just cut into the clamp so you can open this up. This should still snap in there just fine, these other wheels. Okay, let me show you how easy this is here. Okay. So then I'm gonna put the new wheel in there. Sorry, let me get low. Okay. Just gonna take this and I'm gonna push down. It's gonna make a little snapping noise. And voila, I've got these new wheels in the axle. Look at that! Would you just look at it? Okay, second set. They just set down right in there. Okay? Now, we're gonna put it back together. Okay? And so on this Pacific car, specifically speaking, yes, I know it's specific, but I say Pacific, we're gonna wanna go in a certain direction. Basically, you're just gonna wanna keep track of how you took it apart, and you're gonna wanna put it back together the same way. Okay? The car is back together. Let me do that again, just for you guys. Okay? It's really not rocket science. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. And let's take a look at this thing and how much different and how much better this car looks. Look at that. This car is like, look at me now. It's really nice. These are the old wheels. Get out of here, old wheels. Get out of here. Okay, so last step. So we're gonna make that sure that's on tight. Toy like a toga. And then we are going to, like I said, on this specific car, specifically speaking, we just have one rivet. So all we have is one JB spot to do, JB weld. So we don't need a lot. Take a back of a already used card, and you're just gonna take JB weld and mix it 50-50. You know, so we're gonna need very little. So just little glob like that. That was the sound of my mouth. Okay, and then another little glob right there. All right, and then I will take either these little swabs are nice to mix up, or you can take these skewers for barbecue and use those as well. I use these you can use these for detailing things too, because it has a fine tip, so you can do taillights and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna mix this JB Weld 50-50 mix. We're just gonna mix it till basically it turns one color. Just, it smells delicious. Not really. Okay, so we have more than enough right here. This stuff's pretty cheap, so it's not gonna cost you a ton. And then I like to just kind of roll it up into a little ball. You want to make it as, you know, less sloppy as possible. Okay, and then we are going to kind of just fill in that hole with JB Weld. And there's one. We're gonna put a little bit more in there. Okay. All right, so there's a look at that. Got the JB Weld flush in there. It'll dry. It doesn't take very long to dry, so I just keep it on its back. Safe way to do it. If the car, if you're having problems with it like clamping together, just take a little clamp like this and just put that on the car. Generally, I want to be careful, and I don't. If it's a really nice car like this one, I want to put something in between it so I don't mess up the paint on the car. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to set that down, and we're going to let that cure. And once that cures, I'll be right back, and then we will basically finish this up. Okay, so I'm not going to wait for this thing to dry. I can just explain to you what needs to happen once it dries. Another option you guys have, if you don't want to use JB Weld, is you can buy these little tiny screws, these little Phillips head screws, and you can screw those in. I personally think it's kind of cheesy, to be honest with you. JB Weld's, it's great. It's clean looking once you basically paint over it, and then you can easily drill into it and make it go away and redo it if you want to, and then re-swap the wheels. So basically, once this dries, okay, we've got a chrome base, so we're gonna take a chrome pen. I'm gonna shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it. Okay. And then we're just going to dab that in, and we're going to chrome over it so it disappears. You won't even be able to notice it. So, and that is a wheel swap. It's as simple as that. If you're worried about it, or if you're not sure you can do it, my nephew can do it. My nephew Jake, and it's not that hard. Practice on the Barbie car. Practice on a zoom in. I actually don't practice on a zoom in. These are way too hard to come by, so don't do that. So there we go. I can show you guys this later. You'll probably see it in another video. Again, look at that thing. It's looking sick. And then we'll make another video about how to lower them. That's kind of a different process, and there's it varies on how people do it. So I'm not the best in the world at lowering or slamming cars because it's really not my deal. Okay, so we're done with that wheel swap. I'm gonna let this guy dry, probably overnight. Check again in the morning. All right, and I would like to give a shout out to Justin. He wanted a Sunny for his son, a little truck, the little yellow one. So I told him, go over, donate $20 to Seattle Children's or St. Jude, and I'll send it to you. And so I packed it up here. I got something extra in there for you. Thank you for supporting Children's Hospital, St. Jude. You're awesome, Justin. I'll send this out tomorrow for you, buddy. Really appreciate it. You're a good dude. So you guys have a good night. Make sure to watch my previous video. Like, subscribe, and do some stuff and things. And stay safe out there hunting. And save a life. Save a GoPro, Hot Wheel, Hero, thing holder, car. And I love you guys. God bless. Bye.